YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video. We've got a bit of an unusual review that we're going to be doing here, and it's going to feature these controllers from Hori. Okay, this is a well-known company. They've made many of arcade sticks and different type of peripherals throughout the years, and so they've got these two officially licensed from Capcom Street Fighter 6 artwork done from the character Juri and the character Cammy. And recently, you know, I've been putting some gaming content on my gaming channel, and I've been kind of asking myself, man, you know, what about me going to playing with a controller? So I've got a couple of different options out there that I was interested in trying out. Lady Hera gifted me with these two limited edition controllers. Now, guys, I don't know how limited these are going to be. I don't know if these are going to be selling out soon or anything. So I didn't get these with the intentions here of me wanting to just kind of save these, but legitimately something that I could use to play on. Now, these do feature the 6-button layout, as you can see. We're just going to dive into the quality of these. These controllers are a refresh. This is the Fighting Commander Octa, okay? So they made the dual versions and some other, you know, officially licensed version, but this is my first time using these things. So in this review, we're going to definitely set you up with some initial impressions, an unboxing, an overview of them, and I'm going to let you know what I really think about it. We're going to get it going right after this intro. All right, guys, so welcome back to the channel. So this is what I've been using. This is the Qanba 2009. I am one that gets down with the arcade sticks. I've got many in a collection form and many that I use to actually play on. So I am definitely one with the original layout of 6 buttons and a stick, even though most sticks today are going to have 8 buttons on the layout. You get what I mean. I'm definitely from the old school. Been banging the machine since like 88, 89 with Street Fighter 1, and I've adored the game, you know, all the way up until now. So recently, like I said, I've jumped back into creating some content on my gaming channel. Link to that will be in the description if you want to support. We're trying to get that to 1,000 subscribers, and we're halfway there. I would appreciate any support. But this setup has been marvelous for me. It's set up for me to stream and create content, but the most important thing, it's comfortable. Okay. Now, there's not many opportunities that I feel within this. You know, but I do see some advantages of me possibly playing with a controller. And so I am currently on a journey testing out and trying some different controllers. So beyond this video, you are going to see more reviews of different controllers to see if, you know, I can really settle in on something that would make it more convenient for me to be able to travel to maybe some local functions, or who knows, in the future, some major tournaments. I don't know, but we're going to have timestamps in this video. Feel free to utilize them to get to a space that you might want to get in. But I wanted to start off with showing you the Qanba 2009. We're going to have an updated review on this thing, but this is what I've been using as my daily driver, and I absolutely love it. All right, so getting back to the Fighting Commander Octa by Hori. This thing is pretty awesome. Let's get an overview of the box. 6-button layout, analog slider pad, 8-way octagon, adjustable D-pad, and it's got a companion app. Not really sure how that works. Again, this is my first time. And just taking a look at this thing. Just kind of hold it here for a second. Now, this is not slated to work on a console, so I wouldn't be able to use this in any tournaments that are using PlayStation. But there are many of different events that do put you in a position to utilize PC. Now, this is going to be perfect at home because, again, this is a limited edition controller. So maybe I don't really want to take this around too much. And I can get me, you know, a blank model that would work for the PlayStation 5 if I determine that this is going to be good for me. So that's the Juri. Here's a look at the Cammy, and we will unbox them just so we can get a better look on camera. The differences here are going to pretty much just be box work showing the controller. So some awesome stuff there. I'm really excited. This is a very thoughtful gift from Lady Hera. She normally beats the hell out of you guys to get into the first comment, but what can you say? All right, so we're going to start off with the Cammy. I'm not going to try to take too long with the unboxing of these things, but I do want to be able to show them. On my gaming channel, I have decided that I am going to take the time to learn Cammy. So there'll be a small series with me trying to figure out her fundamentals and such on the game. I just want to open this up and try not to damage the box too much. Again, I'm not big into collecting boxes and things of that sort, but you know, I do want to try to take a little bit of care of this. But go ahead and get this thing cracked open so we can take a look at the actual controller. And I'm being so delicate because, as I said, I don't want to damage anything. Oh, great. Awesome. I said something about a companion app. Again, not too familiar with that. Looks like all the contents are going to be within this sub box. You've got just an instruction manual. Of course, that'll probably tell me a little bit of everything I need. This is not a detached cable, so it is like a, I don't want to say soldered on, but man, this has a nice little finish to it. So it's a very like matte finish. It's got some graphics that kind of, you know, replicate like the animations you see within Street Fighter 6. Just an initial impression, this analog feels pretty good. I've noticed a lot of people that play with like the I don't know, the general controllers, they use analog, and it's always been difficult for me. It's probably because this actually has like an 8-way on it. And the D-pad doesn't feel too bad either. Now, this said it has a slider D-pad. I'm not sure if people use this in conjunction with the buttons. Maybe. I don't know. But it's got a very, like, Super Nintendo-like feel to it. And then that 6-button layout reminds me of, like, Sega Saturn. Everybody loves Sega Saturn. Now, these buttons do feel like they do have some switches to them. So, all in all, I think this is going to be a pretty nice option. Nothing too special about the back of it. Again, the cable is connected. But this looks pretty good. Again, this is the Cammy one. Let's take a look at the Juri. All right, so we're going to go ahead and crack open the Juri just so we can see it on camera. And this is nice. It's very loud. Especially if you're into the purple. The blues tie in really, really well. And I love the contrast of how they got that like kind of pinkish onto the buttons too. The Cammy doesn't really have that working for it. The D-pad even has that color into it. So there's definitely much more character within this particular one. But again, gonna be pretty much the same. Even if you got like a generic model. These are just going to be, you know, specific and licensed to Street Fighter 6. Beautiful aesthetic in my opinion. I love the way this one looks. And here's a look just at both of them. Get up close on that and see. All right, so the cable on this is going to be right under 10 feet. It's about 9.3 feet is the length of cable you're getting. Again, controller feels pretty nice. There's no like grips or anything like that. I think this is pretty standard, as I said, from all the makes of this. So I don't think that was designed any differently. There's a companion app that you can download with it, but as of right now, I'm not seeing any necessity for me to have it. Right now what I'm going to do is just get this thing in a position to fire up a game just so I can, you know, kind of just test out some movement, combos, things like that to see how it feels. So I'm going to get Street Fighter 6 loaded to demonstrate, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I spent about 10 minutes with this thing, and I say this thing because it is a bit of a foreign means of technology for me. I'm not very familiar with using controllers. What I'll say is that for me, initially, the analog stick feels really good. It does. I like the way that it feels in terms of me being able to feel every single like angle, but it also would take a bit of practice for me to get familiar with dashing in, you know. Yeah, so I think the D-pad though, it feels pretty good. I I can feel like I can lean in on the D-pad with my thumb. And again, all of this is being done with my thumb instead of my entire wrist. So what I'm looking for is just something that I can get familiar with, because I'm willing to do the work, to put in the time to learn on a method of using something like this. And I just want to try to get it where once I get good with it, I don't feel like I have to work as much as I do with my stick. Again, this is something like, hey, if I want to travel with this, I can be able to do that. As I said, with the D-pad, like, I feel like with my thumb, I can really lean in on like the dashes and all the different commands and things like that. The analog would take a little bit of work for me, especially in training mode. Sometimes I'm like clicking down, and me clicking down would result in me doing like a recording command. So a bit of learning curve there. But the stick does, or the pad does, feel really good. I got to play around with it a little bit more to draw a full conclusion of this, but I think that they've got a great product here. So again, coming in at having 2 different aesthetics that you can pick from, I think they're pretty well. Damn, they kind of stand up. That's nice. Maybe that's a built-in feature too. These things are available on Amazon, it looks like, and they're pretty new. I like them, you know, pretty good stuff. So I'm going to be doing the work to kind of play around with these. I think I might go a little bit further and actually try to get one that, I don't know if there's an official one on PS5. I've seen one on their website that works PS4, and obviously PS4 may not work on the PS5 version of the game. But it might be nice to have something that is like legit tournament ready if I'm going to go to a place that's going to play on PlayStation instead of PC. All right, in any event, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I appreciate you guys giving me the grace to bring some different type of content. We will have more controller reviews coming for this specific subject, because I am looking for the right controller for me. Instead of just jumping to the DualSense Edge, I want to try to figure out something that's going to be right for me as I'm learning to play a little bit more on a controller. Thank you for the support. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, max love.